Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Position this a bit better. Yeah. Alright, chat monitor. Alright. All messages. So true. Alright. There we go. Rotate that. Make sure I have my tracker set up here correctly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Okay. So, I do have some exciting news. We have hit 275 subscribers. I don't really know how, because I wasn't making much content at the end of the year, but someone subbed. And so here we are. Now that we're at 275, we have officially hit the threshold for our next revive, our first revive of this series. So I'm going to pull up our dead box. One of these dead Mons gets to return. And I thought I had a clear idea which one I wanted to see back. But then we have lost several now. And so I am less certain of which one I most wanted to see return. So here we are. I think the most reasonable ones are probably Poire, Miel, Poisson Frit, Foie maybe, but I think the most reasonable ones are ones that we're going to have capable of Mega Evolution. So, you know, maybe PLZA, maybe Dond, but like that's kind of it. Why is that familiar to me? I think. Wait, I'm googling just to be sure, because I know I've seen that name. Okay. I have definitely seen that name. I don't know the meme. So I have probably seen people talk about the meme. But that's about it. So I've seen it in name form, but it's I do not know much about the meme or the context around it. But I must have seen someone like just offhandedly mention it in like a reply on like a Twitter thread or something like that. Favorite meme? That's tough because I mean obviously they change so much and like they also age so quickly. So like a favorite meme could age me wildly. It's not really a meme, but this was a thing on so like there used to be back in the day when the internet wasn't just a few social media sites everyone just got everything from. There was a meme website I used to frequent that was the Meme Base, which was owned by the same company that had iCanHasCheeseburger.com, which was like the lolcat page, because they had lolcats and raffle dogs, and they had a separate page that was just memes related, a separate page that was like fails related. They had all these different sites, but the one I always went to, I think it was technically under fail blogs, grouping. It was either that or it was under meme bases. I can't remember exactly which, but they had a sub feed, like a sub series of things, like a sub page you could go to, that was specifically, it was called Picture Unrelated, which was always these just absolutely bizarre photos. Sometimes drawings, but usually it was photos. So it was just these things that are absolutely just bizarre, weird. The humor in them stems from the fact that they are just so weird rather than, you know, the setup of any punchlines or there being any true, like, meme that you see, like, it repeating. So, you know, it would be like a photo of like a child smiling and there'd be like this creepy thing in the background, like a look at a playground or something. Not like a spooky thing, but just like a weird, like, I don't know. It'd be like an old photo and it's like a weird old mascot that looks horrifying and it's like, how did kids not find that scary? So that was probably my favorite genre of meme. Like it wasn't a meme in and of itself, but like that's why when I made my non-channel related clothing shop on Spring, that's clothing unrelated for that reason. It's why often when I make a post here, it's with just this unrelated, just weird thing that I'll sometimes put with it. And I'll say like picture unrelated, which is where that comes from. Was the idea that it would be like you'd see this whole forum post or something, and then someone would just post this weird picture underneath it that would make people go, what? And it would just say like picture unrelated. You know, I think it also was on like 4chan and stuff like that, where like, you know, the post would have like a photo associated with it, but it was unrelated to the content of the post. But I don't know. I always found that fun and entertaining to me. And like, I enjoy it because like it's like if it's in the context that it's meant to be, where it's under a post or above a post or something, it's this eye-catching thing that has nothing to do with it, and that's why it appeals to me so much. And I also like it because unlike other memes, where the meme itself is the joke, the fact that you are using a deep fried image, or the fact that you're using the meme of the month is the joke. Picture unrelated can be timeless. You can continue to see new unrelated pictures that are just bizarre or random, and I enjoy that a lot. But yeah. Anyways, hold this back up. Time to pick our revive.
Are you ready?
I think I'm going to look at these 5, this line of 5. Poissonnerie to, like, through Nond. That line, that's what I'm saying we should revive from. And then what I'm going to do is pick at random 1 through 5, unless you have a suggestion. If you have a suggestion for a specific one, I can do that, but I think that's my route right now, because I am undecided on these, and I've been trying to think of what one I would want all the whole time I was rambling about pictures being unrelated, and I couldn't think of something. So here we are. I'm going to generate a number 1 through 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Generating. All right. Wow, that was an interesting result, to say the least. It said 5, which that would be Dond. So I think that is who we're reviving. Which Dond is a really good one to have. Obviously, a really late mega, but that's okay. Random.org has spoken. So I'm going to put Dond temporarily in, or just back into the team box for now. I'm not going to put Dond on the team, but I am going to note that Dond is back. I don't know. What number stream is this? What number stream is this? I need to navigate my computer. Bear with me. Okay. Documents. Nope. Documents. Here we are. Here. Thumbnails. This is what happens when I have to take a break from doing my primary stream. I forget where I am in it. Okay. Here we are. We are on stream 9. All right. That's good. Okay. So, checking off my revived box. Stream revived. 9. Dond is back to life. After only surviving 3 streams. Alright. That's that. Let me just see. Where am I as far as recommended levels go? I need to... Paste format. Okay. There we are. Oh, we're at the exact halfway point in mission number in this game, which is interesting. Which actually, I did have a lot of stream series that were 16 to 18 streams, so this might be in line. To answer both questions, I think fair. Not bad. Pretty good. I don't keep super close attention on it, but when you share things, I do check it out usually, and yeah, I would say fine. I mean, I couldn't have done it, which I think is my usual benchmark. Is if I feel like I could have done the thing myself, then it's like, okay, like that's where I'm at. But if I can't, I'm like, oh, that's a beyond me in some way, shape, or form. And to answer the second question, yes. But anyways. Let me see. So I think I need to just go straight off to Ivor right now. Is that what we're doing? Yep. Okay. So I'm off to Ivor. Just gonna take these crystals while I'm at it. That didn't go quite how I wanted it to, but that's okay. Okay. I'm getting used to the the controls of this again. I've been playing Cyberpunk mostly, so I'm a little out of practice. with this game, but that's okay. I'm so bad about if games have different controls, I cannot play them at the same time. Or, like, at least if it's if their controls are like a similar format of control. Like I could play something like Mario Kart and then this, you know, where it's like you have this wildly different structure. But like if it's like I'm moving a character, you know, and sprint button is like, you know, maybe clicking stick in one game versus in this game it's crouching, but in Cyberpunk it's the other stick that crouches, and the stick that crouches in this game is run. But in this, run is you tap B and toggle running. Okay. Ooh, right. And I do have to go this way, so I am gonna swoop my way down. That's a great question. Honestly, I think there are two aspects that I think bother people the most. I think in general, at this point, Pokemon has had so much scandal with the past games ever since Sword and Shield, that now people are so like nitpicky about the visuals in them. The biggest one in this game is the fact that the surfaces of buildings are flat textures for the most part. And, you know, I can understand that one. For the, like, again, for the most part, it's fine. I don't know, like I don't think it bothers me all that much, personally. I think there's a couple possible reasons. One is maybe for performance on Switch 1, which is, you know, this game's target console. When you have a relatively high geometry environment like this, that might have been one of the ways they worked to optimize it to keep it a stable 30 FPS, and for the most part it is. And then I think the other reason for that is, you know, say these grates jutted out a bit. Do you make the hitbox for the building here and you pass through those grates? Do you make the hitbox like here and the grates stick out and so the whole surface is up against that? Or do you handle the collision by having it be, you know, I can be here when I'm here, but when I hit the grate I can catch on it and I have to go around it, and then I can only go like so close to the building when I'm there. I think that was a consideration they had, because like if you look at this would have been sticking out like a little bit, not a lot, just like a smidge, and that could be a collision problem. If you look here, this ledge that sticks out, let's see, I can't run any closer to the building, but you can see they put that ledge above character head height. But that also means that if I'm falling from on top of a building, I can like catch on that lip, which is probably a bit of a conscious decision. You can see there's a lip there as well. So it's like, I think that it's a combination of a performance thing and a combination of having the visuals of the game communicate the mechanics of the game. Like, I can't catch on any of this, so they don't even have that. See here, we've got this little lip, but I can't even get to it because there's a character in front of it. But wait, we have one here. You can see the way they handled collision, I can catch on that lip. Now imagine if every building had things like that. It might be a little annoying. You might catch on these more. You might have Pokemon moves get stuck and hit the collision point for a lip that just is jutting out at like just the right angle to be bothersome. So I think those were some of the considerations they had. I obviously can't speak to it fully, but I know a lot of people were really bothered by that. I generally am not. Like, there are times when I'm like, that would be nice if it didn't look like that, but I don't know, I look at this scene right here, and I look at the density of the buildings and stuff, and I'm like, for Pokemon, this is the best I've seen. For a single town or city, this is the best they've had, at least where you have, like, free camera control. I think Sword and Shield has some more impressive city layouts and stuff, but again, like, I can go over there. I can be on those roofs, and Sword and Shield, it was like you had like a couple streets you could be on, and they had all this stuff built up around it as props. But this is like straight up, I can be here. And then I think the other aspect is this game is, and I think the Legend series in general is like this. They can be hit or miss with people because the gameplay is intentionally experimental and like intentionally wildly different. A game like this is like, its combat, I was worried at first when I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, and I do enjoy it, but I also don't want it to be the like future of the series. I wouldn't want to play every game like this. Legends Arceus I was very worried about as well, because I don't really care about completing my Pokedex personally. I've never really strived to do that. I've only succeeded in Legends Arceus actually. And that's not the smallest dex they've ever had. So, like, that just, I don't know. That one didn't connect with me from that part of the gameplay loop, but the story connected with me really well. But I really didn't want to play the game when I was done. This game, I played for a little while when I was done to do ranked stuff. And then when the DLC came out, I did the DLC. But I honestly didn't really enjoy the DLC all that much. Excuse me. Excuse me. Could you be nice? Hey, nice. Wait, come here. Wait. Come here. I'll scoop you up. Come on. Come a little closer. Within scooping range. Success! He's been scooped. But yeah, that's kind of, I think, the biggest thing is that I think the gameplay doesn't connect with some people, and then I think that the people are a little overly critical of the visuals in some regards. And I think, like, yeah, there's better on the Switch, but I don't know. I don't think this is awful. I especially think characters look great. I think it's the best Pokemon characters I've ever looked. I am not going to do a 6-7. I refuse. That is, no. I have done it before. I will say I have done it. I will not do it on stream. That's fair. I think any popular anime, there's going to be some aspects of it that don't connect with anyone, or that don't connect with everyone. And I think also people do tend to overhype things. So, hey, I remember you, DB, right? You beat me in battle in front of Ivor Sensei that one time. What do you want now? I came here to duke it out with Ivor. What? You were just rank Y when we battled. You mean you've already reached Sensei's level? Well, I'm sure you'll understand that I have to ask. You did earn a challenger's ticket, right? If you don't have a challenger's ticket, then you're in no position to challenge Ivor Sensei. Prove yourself in the ZA Royale first. I think I have not done that yet. But I at least have the travel spot registered now. Alright, where am I at? Where is my thing? Yeah, I'm halfway. Cool. I'm gonna go find a bench. And I'm gonna go sit on a bench for a second. But I think this game has very fun gameplay for the most part. At the same time, I can see why this one doesn't click with some people. I would like to sit and kill some time till nightfall. Oh, that's fun. It does have, they do have pretty good terrain generation. My only worry is that Minecraft can sometimes be a little, like, bland with the way the terrain's generated, but that's just kind of the nature of procedural generation. One thing I've heard, not that this is for landscapes and like backgrounds, but one thing I've heard for maps, that's a really handy trick, and I like this one a lot because this one is you can nudge things a bit, but you can also like, I don't know, it's like a truly random thing is you take like a bunch of rice and you pour it onto a piece of paper, then you trace an outline around that and use that as the basis for the landform you're doing to make it feel natural. You can't see me, I'm in a bush. Okay. Get dead. Oh, no. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't switch in time. I was trying to, but I think there's a small window when I couldn't switch. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can use that for sure. Building your own thing, 1000% would give you the ability to have like a nice, clean background for something, or at least the structure for one. Goodbye. We got the fancy frou-frou. And Minecraft also, I think you can customize your field of view, so you can have like a variety of different levels of like you can really hone in like how you want the depth to feel, and like what you want the like angle of everything to be at. Like if you want something really exaggerated perspective wise, you can do that. I mean, heck, one thing you could do, you could even just use Minecraft for perspective in general, because a common perspective training tool is that, you know, imagine everything as a box, and then like you draw the box in perspective, and then you go, okay, where in the box is like this part of like the body or something. You know, it's like you just draw a rectangle, and then you put the pieces where they go inside of it, and you have this like easy reference point of, yeah, what's the box they're in like. So you could literally even do that. Like you could put a rudimentary like box structure in that's like in the position you want, or like in the build you want. And then you can use that to get an idea of where each of those things are. Heck, you could use it to place characters in a scene, dig a hole one deep, put a colored like yarn block or something, and you dig another spot, you put a colored wool block there, and you just go like that. And then you know that those are the squares where you want your characters to be. I feel like you could do that too, and I think that would be rather effective. Nice. Onyx. I will say I have one gripe. One true gripe with the visuals of this game. I don't like how they made the Pokemon look for it. I don't think that they made them look particularly meshed with the environment. But I know they did it this way. I mean, I don't know they did it this way for this reason. But like, I don't know, it feels like, you know, people didn't care for Scarlet and Violet doing the realistic textures. And so then they went in a direction of, you know, these colorful, like, I mean, colorful fine. But like these flat color textures that are a little cartoonier. That's what I was kind of getting at. Not more colorful. And I think that these textures look less coherent with the environment. I mean, this game's environment is slightly more stylized than, you know, say like Scarlet and Violet's was. Wahoo! I can go anywhere now. Still mega. That was satisfying. Okay. There we go. That was just like stuck on. Like I couldn't hit through the geometry that was there. Stuck on the edge there. Alright. We knocked out with a ground move. Oh, we got burnt. That's fine. To my satchel. I need to switch to the new box. Was enjoying some lovely, lovely heat. Get some health back. Damn, you're Machoke. Oh, and... Okay. Fight ended. I fell off the roof. Gotcha. Good blam. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know how Wish works in this game, so I wasn't sure if she was going to just suddenly heal more. There we go. The way I handle it is, oh, Jesus, right there. The way I usually handle it is, you know, obviously permadeath situation. I do allow revives through sub-goals. But the overall spawn system I'm working on is in non-wild zones, it's the first thing I see in an area. This game has a ton of areas. Oops. If I go here, you can see you have all these Ver sectors, Ver Street, Ver Sector. All of those can have spawns. So just like Legends Arceus, there's a huge array of things that you can get as encounters. So I'm working on, if I'm in one of these areas, it's the first thing I see. If I'm in one of these areas, you know, in like the wild zones, I'm just using a random number generator to pick one of the possible spawns at random. And sometimes like it ends up being like one that's in quest only or something, and if that's the case, like I just reroll. Or if I have it already, I reroll. And then obviously shiny claws is in play, so if I find a shiny, I just get the shiny. Yeah. I do not know what color I would say 0 is. Part of me feels like something that would have no saturation. So like, you know, honestly, well, actually, if you want to get technical, if you store your number in like an RGB value or an HTML notation, which is RGB with extra steps, or less steps, arguably, then you're storing it as a number, or a number that's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 6 zeros, 0 in HTML specifically, or like in the, or rather in hexadecimal, 0, which is still 0. And so if you have nothing but 6 zeros, that is the color black. 0 red, 0 green, 0 blue. Which is all HTML notation is. So if you ever see one that's like, you know, F2, B6, A1 as a color, that is just hexadecimal for the red value, hexadecimal for the green value, and hexadecimal for the blue value, back to back to back. He spotted me. Uh-oh. Quick, drill run. Kill him. Do you have a fighting move? No. Oh, I know who has a fighting move. Fighting move. Gotcha. Yeah, so if you want to do true, if you want to do it in that way, 0 is just black. But I would argue you could technically have 0 be anything with 0 saturation. That would also, that would be acceptable in my eyes. That's just me. All right. I did not. I refused. In fact, I will not do a 6-7 on stream. At least not right now. If the meme survives long enough to hit whenever I do a charity stream next, and someone pays me to do a 6-7 on a charity stream, then I will. Get roasted. Goodbye. I don't know his full catalog enough to have a favorite Kevin MacLeod song, but I think I did use one back in the day on my channel as my initial outro theme. So hypothetically that one, because it's one I've literally used. Land hits with dark moves is an option, but my dark types aren't doing super hot right now. Oh, okay, wait, I could do an end to that plus move one rather easily. Come on, hit before it's time. Yes. Okay. Pro run. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't think I can land enough hits with fighting moves during this to get there, but the night is done. I was just shy of the 2x. That's fine. I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it to get the last half of my thing, and I did. Cool. Alright. Back to the Justice Dojo. I'm going back. I keep doing that. I want to sprint, and then I'm just like, crouch. That's how it works in Cyberpunk. Not even sprint a lot in Cyberpunk, it's just infiltrating my brain. Alright, I'm back. You're back. Does that mean you have a Challenger's ticket now? Oh, you do? Oh, figures. I guess since you bothered coming back, I request a bout. Both as my chance to get back at you for beating me last time, and to see how much stronger I've grown since that day. Wait, I haven't healed recently. But I'm gonna battle her anyways, and hope this works fine. Thank you. I'm going to become the 4th strongest disciple in the dojo for sure. We'll see. I don't know who my lead is right now. I'm hoping it's... Nope, that is not who I want. Oh, but if he's not Mega, I think we're all healed. Nope, we are not. He tried bullet punching me. Bro pulled out the super effective moves. You might have me back on their ropes, but I'll prove that the Fist of Justice never flinches. Okay. Goodbye. So your strength outshines mine once again. You're just too strong. Does Team MZ have their own dojo with even harsher training than ours, or what? I have to admit that you've really mastered your skills. Here, this Seed of Mastery is for you. Now I can actually use Seeds of Mastery. If you bring me seeds just like that one, I'll help your Pokemon turn their moves into plus moves. But, I have to admit, I've been taking up your time battling and talking about plus moves and all, but the truth is that Ivor-sensei isn't even here at the dojo today. Neither is his sister Quinn. It's actually pretty unheard of for both of them to be gone. He's back! My goat! Gwen! Gwen! Where are you? So she's not here either, then. That's right, Sensei. I haven't seen her today. Oh, you're the trainer who defeated Jose outside Wild Zone 3, no? Wait, don't tell me. You're here to join the Fist of Justice, aren't you? I'm here to battle you. She's your opponent for your next promotion match, sir. Ah, I see. Well, I don't have a Rotom phone, so I'm afraid I cannot verify any of that right now. Don't have a phone? I've tried using Rotom phones in the past, but for some reason they always break as soon as I so much as press a finger to them. So I rely on my younger sister, Gwen, to handle everything smartphone related. But I haven't seen Gwen since yesterday. My apologies, DB. I'm just so worried about my poor sister. I can't think of anything else. I'm heading out again to search for her. I'd be honored if you would face me in battle. After my sister and I are reunited. Now, if you'll excuse me. Goodbye. I love Ivor. Ivor's awesome. And he's off again. Sensei has stamina in spades, but I don't think he'll have much luck finding Gwen on his own in a huge city like this. Maybe there's someone he plans to ask for help, though? Someone who's good at finding people? Know anybody like that in Lumios? You mean Emma? That sounds right. I think you should help Sensei find his sister. Once he knows where she is, he'll be able to focus on your promotion match. Let's get running. But also, let's go heal. Please. This is, it's true. That's exactly correct. All right. How are my levels doing? Cool. All right. Keep doing that. I'm trying to run. I end up squatting. Oh, it's the guy in the web. Oh, it's the guy in the web. I'm not gonna help him right now. I have things to do, like collect that one little bit of crystal there. 3 mega shards. That's nice. Hello there, DB. What brings you here? Well met once again, DB. As I mentioned before, I'm searching for my sister, Gwen. But this detective says she cannot help me. No, what I said was that I can't help you without more to go on than she's missing. I'm happy to help you look for your sister, but I need you to answer my questions. Ah, I understand. Ask me anything. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Where does your sister like to go when she's not at home or the dojo? That would be City Hall. City Hall? I see, your sister certainly has unique interests, doesn't she? Well then, maybe we can find some clues as to your sister's whereabouts if we go there. Understood. I'm on it. Oh, Ivor. He just left? If Mimi was feeling better, it could help search for his sister using its telepathy. Oh well. I could use your help, DB. We'll be waiting for you in the Jean district. Let's work together to protect the peace of Lumios. Bye, Esper. Blam. Oh, this is the pop-up Pokemon Center. I forgot this existed. Thank you. I'm booking it. I'm running. I will say it is interesting. So like I watched, there's a guy who like made a video recently about like the like sort of development builds of the game. That was, you know, stuff that was from the like old, or it's not, I guess it's not all old. Like the leak is old, the information is new. But from like the Terra leak. And the character population density that they wanted, that they were shooting for, is like in the final build they wanted, you know, this many. Oh, I see it. Like they wanted, you know, X number of characters to be in the scene at a time. Roughly, like they had like kind of a build that just was like, here's a section of Lumios with just a bunch of random characters around. And that was kind of like their benchmark for like, we want it to be like roughly this dense. I think honestly, like playing this again, having seen that video, I'm like, no, I think they succeeded on that. They got exactly the density they wanted. However, I think that density fading in and out doesn't always look particularly smooth, but that's fine. I did do an interesting thing in Cyberpunk yesterday. I'm not like done with the game by any means, but I rolled credits on the DLC portion of the game because that comes with the Switch 2 version. So I played I was playing through the Phantom Liberty section of the game, which whew, that puts the Switch 2 through its paces. It is not a super optimized section of the game in general. And Dogtown, that's heavy. That is a heavy zone. But no, Phantom Liberty I played through and I rolled credits on it last night. Gorgeous. Absolutely, it was absolute cinema, really. Such a great part of the game. Like, I've been enjoying the main story, but I loved the Phantom Liberty story. It was just very engaging and entertaining. I just wanted to keep doing the next part. Very fun, very cool. Anyways, Ivor. Emma, DB. I looked all over, but Gwen's not here either. That's to be expected, Ivor. For now, let's canvass the area and gather information about Gwen. DB, I'd appreciate your help with interviewing people around City Hall. That girl. Justice. My rival at work finally got the dressing down he deserved. Sweet, sweet justice. Alright, what do you got? No, nothing. You're just talking, looking at your phone. Ivor's iconic. I mean, look at those muscles. Got a simp. You there. Wendy. Now, I was just blanking on the name of that city in Galar for a while there. You turd. Forget which one is actually. Fist of Justice, huh? Gwen from the Fist of Justice. Ah, yeah. That girl who's always here. Yeah, she gets called in to deal with all the complaints lodged by folks near the dojo about how loud their training sessions are. I hear she often heads to a cafe off Centrico Plaza with a friend after she's done here at City Hall. Find any leads, DB? Gwen might be near Centrico Plaza. Ah, that matches what I heard too. It sounds like she left for Centrico Plaza with someone. For our next move, I suggest we investigate the food truck at that location. Understood. I'm on it. And he's gone. I know he's worried about his sister, but must he go rushing off like that each time? I suppose that's how it is with family. Anyway, we should hurry after him. Hey, Emma. Items. Can I get up there? Down here? No. I have to go from the roof. I know some people who've said this city is too small, but I feel like this is just right. don't think that's a shiny. I haven't heard a jingle. Yeah, you're not shiny. These ones are hard to tell. They're also similar to their normal color palette when they're shiny. It's the fastest way to move in this game without fast travel. Could I fast travel? Yes. But I feel like that's less fun in this instance. I don't know, like, this is so much larger than the default original size from X and Y. And like, this is just, I don't know, like, this is a big zone. Like, for a whole game, I can agree it's not the largest it could be. I think they could have expanded it into the outskirts around Lumios as well. But I don't know, I never felt like that city felt too small to me when I was playing through it. I always just felt like I wished that, I don't know, like there was just a little bit around the outside, primarily. That's always just been where I've been with this game. Like, I don't know, I feel like this size of the city feels really good for like how the movement in this game works, you know? And it's like, it gets to the point where I can understand, like I can remember the paths well and be like, oh yeah, I've been here. It takes way longer to get that in other games with really big cities and really big maps. You know, like I think of just Cyberpunk, because I've been playing that a lot right now, and it's huge. Like, it's not the largest map I've been in, but for a cityscape, it is quite large, and it is, because of that, like, I don't know, I feel like it's hard to go, oh yeah, that area, without it being something that's like super distinctly memorable. I think I get the same way with Breath of the Wild. I think honestly, it rarely, outside of the main core places, like if you just took a screenshot somewhere in Breath of the Wild, I could not tell you where it is on the map. Like 9 times out of 10, because it all blends together for me. It's so big that I haven't seen all of it, and you need to see it multiple times to like really have it click, unless it's just a super distinct, memorable place. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I've never had that problem with. I can look at an area in Xenoblade and be like, oh, that's like that area that's like a little bit east of New LA, but like a little bit north, like where there's like those big domes and the grass turns like yellow. Yeah, I know that spot. Or like, oh, that's like that one corner of Cauldros, the lava place, right? Yeah, like that one area where there's the lava waterfalls, big Petramans there. Like, I can remember those because they're, even though I'm not going to them as often, I don't know, like, Monolith is just amazing at like making these beautiful, memorable locations. I think Breath of the Wild and Scarlet and Violet honestly have that same problem, where I look at it and I'm like, I don't know, it's like somewhere, I don't know, maybe this quadrant of the map. That's all I can tell you. But I feel like this game, I have a good feel for a lot of the layouts of the streets, and as I go through them, I'm like, oh yeah, it's this area. Okay, cool. DB, there's no sign Gwyn here either. Again, we need to ask around to learn more. Well, if it isn't our local detective, the usual fire blast roast for you today. I'm in the mood for something else. I'll take one flamethrower roast. And any information you have on a certain missing girl to go. Oh, am I getting questioned here? Alright, I'll spill. Helping out with an investigation seems fun. Her? Yeah, I've seen her. She came by earlier with that Dynamo girl. Any idea who that could be, DB? Probably Kanari. Those two seem like polar opposites, but Perhaps opposites attract, as they say. Ivor, do you know if your sister is close to Canary from Dynamo? The name isn't ringing any bells. Where can I go to meet this Canary? You just had a promotion match against Canary, didn't you, DB? Where was it? We could visit Racine Construction. Racine Construction, eh? I'm on it. And he's off. There he goes again. I'll be back later to grab that coffee. But we already got started. We should hurry to Racine Construction too. Come on, DB. We certainly hope to see you again soon. We're off! I feel like running there just feels very fitting, and the fact that he's running there, it's like we're running with him. I will say it is interesting. So I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch. Has two modes. One is performance mode, one is quality mode. Quality mode runs at 1080p 30 FPS. And you know, obviously is like using like DLSS. So it's starting at a lower base resolution, upscaled to 1080p, and running at 30 FPS. The other option is performance mode, which is running at 40 FPS, which is an interesting way to do it. But because the main screen on the console itself can handle up to 120 hertz, 40 FPS is just a third of its maximum output, whereas it wouldn't have like this even breakout if it was like playing on a 60 FPS screen. Because like I don't know, like you look at it and you have 60 FPS, you have 60 frames per second, you can cut that in half and have no weirdness because you're playing at 30 FPS, or you can cut that in half and have no weirdness and you're playing at 15, where you're getting an update every 4 updates of the screen, you're getting an actual frame update. But from 120 you could go to 60, which is a half. You could go pretty smoothly to 40, which is a third. You can also do 20 FPS on a 30 FPS display, or sorry, on like a 60 hertz display. It's not ideal, but you can. I don't know. I find it quite interesting. But like I find it quite interesting because it's like at 40 FPS it feels a lot more than 30, which is weird. And I honestly think because this is I will say my mindset is I don't think 30 FPS is too low anymore. I don't think it's or is too low like at all. I think anyone who thinks that is a little weird. But 30 does start to become too low when you're on a huge screen. It starts to become too low when you're using DLSS, because the DLSS artifacts aren't being adjusted out as quickly. I'm playing on like a decently big screen right now. Like if I do this, you can see how much it changes the color on my face. My screen is 55 inches. I am sitting like 3 feet from it right now. At this distance, 30 FPS, I can see a little bit of judderiness on the corners of the screen, because your peripheral vision can detect motion best. So you need a higher frame rate if parts of your screen are on your periphery. This is an actual fact. Your peripheral vision is better at gauging motion. So you need a higher frame rate to trick your periphery into seeing a smooth image. So at this distance, 30 FPS, I see a little bit of like judder on the edges. 40 mostly negates that. I don't have any effect. If I'm sitting right here and playing Cyberpunk at 40 FPS and it's at a stable 40, I'm fine. Like, it looks great. If I'm playing, you know, a game at 60 FPS, it looks great. I tested this with Metroid Prime 4, where I recorded it at, or where I played it at quality mode 60 FPS 4K, and I played it at performance mode 1080p 120 FPS, and performance mode was smoother. Like, it did look smoother, and there were two aspects of it that looked smoother. The corners of the screen, I could slightly tell it was smoother, and moving my cursor, because I was using gyro controls to aim, I could see that as well as a smoother thing, where the reticle updating is smoother, because, you know, when you move like a cursor, you'll see like the multi-image thing. At 60 hertz, you get that, and in Metroid Prime as well. But I personally, I played at 60 FPS. I didn't need to play at 120, and I was sitting about this distance, and it looked great. This game looked great at 60. I don't think 60 is the new 30, but I could understand the argument for 40 being the new 30, where we up the standard baseline for games to 40 FPS. But that would require 120 FPS to be the norm for displays, or VRR to be the norm for displays. Well, that's all. Anyways, I have more plot. It would seem there's no sign of Gwen here either. Hey, what's the big idea? Don't just go around telling randos where to find me. This massive meathead barged in out of nowhere, yelling, "Where's Gwen?" so loud, I nearly had a heart attack on stream. He's lucky Pops ain't here, or there would have been an all-out brawl. I'm sorry, Canary. We promise we won't reveal your location to anyone else, but we need your help. We're looking for someone named Gwen. This gentleman is her older brother. Thanks, Detective Obvious, but like I said, G-Volt ain't here. Still, I love a quiz, so I'll tell you what. Try guessing. If you're close, maybe I'll tell you what I know. Please, you simply must tell me where she is. Back off, big guy, you're creeping me out. Never heard of personal space. I hope you'll take my refusal to back down as proof of how worried I am about Gwen. Mutant muscle bag. If you're so worried, then try paying more attention to what she gets up to. Oh, right. DB, I almost forgot you were here. If you finally decided to join the Kinetic crew, I guess I could give you a hint, but not until I get my revenge for our last battle. How else am I going to heal my wounded ego? Well, in that case, why not have a rematch now? If DB wins, you tell us where she should look for Gwen. Not sure how a fancy detective got caught up in this family fetch quest, but I'm in. I'll win. Just to warn you, I've upped my game since last time. You ready to lose? I'll win again. Bring it on. No mercy this time. I'm going in for the overkill. Hi, Canary. Go run. Go run. Throw one. And, oh, gotta let her Mega. Enough playing around. Electros, let's crank up the voltage with Mega Evolution. And throw one. You thought... Thrashed my whole team, even Electros? Again? Should I swear again? Yep. Yeesh, what's with you? You're not supposed to get stronger than me. Whatever, you want to know about G-Volt? Yeah. She's been a Kinetic since way back, so we're pretty close. Sometimes we hang out and play games together and stuff. In one game session, she mentioned how she's looking for some spot that could be all hers. A place that can't be found in the world. What? That doesn't make any sense. All I know is what I heard, that G-Volt wanted to go somewhere where the X, Y, and Z axes don't meet up. Whatever that means. She's going on about needing to beat a Pokemon whose type her partner is weak to. Last I heard, she was headed to some fountain depicting a Pokemon like that, so she could at least imagine how she'd beat it in her head. A fountain, now we're getting somewhere. Ivor, do you know which Pokemon your sister has as her partner? Of course, that would be Chandelure, the luring Pokemon. Its types are Ghost and Fire. The fountain seems like a pretty important clue. DB, which fountain depicts a Pokemon that Gwen's Chandelure would struggle with, I wonder? The Clawitzer fountain. Yes! Clawitzer is a water-type Pokemon, isn't it? And Chandelure is a fire-type, which makes it weak to water-type moves. Great, so we should look for a Clawitzer, yes? I'm on it. Has anyone stopped to think that G-Volt might just want some alone time? I'd probably need a lot of space if I had to deal with a brother like Ivor. A lot of space. Knowing that dimwit, he's probably headed to a wild zone now to look for an actual Clawitzer. Don't worry, it's my duty to protect the peace in Lumiose, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Come on, DB. Let's hurry over to the Clawitzer fountain in Blue Sector 7. Ivor, wait, it's the Clawitzer fountain! I would like some tiny mushrooms, please. Colorful screws. Brush? Oh, he just gave me a Lumia Skeleton. Oh, he tells you where to take those. Which, speaking of which, I do have more. Do I have enough, though? Probably not. I have 8. I might actually have enough for an upgrade. I'll check. Oh, no, I think I need 10. But I'm going to check. I'm going to see. Oh, no, I do need 8. Okay. It's good to have all of these. Oh, interesting. They're winking when they're level 3. I never noticed that. I want the blue one, not gonna lie. Here, now I'll go red, because that's going to keep me on pace better with my mons. And if I have to catch someone up or something, it'll go faster. Why did I do that? Because I could. I will say, one thing I am excited for this year is because we haven't even addressed, this is a new year. We're in 2026 now. I've not even addressed that fact. Though I did make a Happy New Year post in Discord. And a Happy New Year post on YouTube as well, actually. But basically, and I'm gonna address some things, just like channel related things, in a like little PowerPoint one, probably this coming Wednesday. But I do want to note, just, you know, Happy New Year. I hope everyone has a solid year this year. But also, this is going to be the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, which is crazy. It is turning 30 this year. I was 2 when Pokemon started. Or sorry, no, Pokemon was 2 when I started, when I was born. So this is their 30th year. I'm going to be turning 28 this year. It is exciting. I mean, we already know a little bit of what's coming up for their celebration this year. I mean, we got Pokopia, which I'm probably not getting. We've got Champions, which I'm definitely getting. But, I mean, it's free, so I'd better. But we're also gonna probably be seeing a bunch of stuff that we have no idea about yet. Presumably on Pokemon Day this year in February, they're gonna drop a whole bunch of announcements, a whole slew of interesting things. I swear, if they add mouse controls to Pokemon Unite, I'm back. I don't like playing MOBAs on a controller. Believe it or not, I think that's the worst way to play. Emma, DB. I only see a fountain here. There's no sign of Gwen anywhere. So you don't have any idea where Gwen might be in this area then? We're getting close to an encounter zone. Hey, but this must be the right place. There's the Clawitzer fountain, just like Kanari told us. Well, DB, do you think we'll find Gwen somewhere around here? I'm sure of it. Me too. Hey, Momo. We don't have any other leads to go on. Through process of elimination, this should be the place. But if so, where could Gwen be hiding? This place is just an empty square. Do we have any other clues? Let's see. There was something about a place where the X, Y, and Z axes don't meet. Come here, bro. Come here, bro. Get grabbed. Get lifted. Get hoisted. Hey, Mo. He's leaving. He's like, no, I'm out. Yes, of course. The X-axis is horizontal, the Y-axis is vertical, and the Z-axis is depth. Which means we're likely standing from we're likely starting from the right place. I'm guessing our x-axis is correct. Next, we need to adjust our y-axis. Once we do that, we'll be in the right. We'll be on the right track to find Gwen. You mean we should go down into the sewers? But there's all this water in the way. What would your approach be, DB? I'd drink all the water. Drink it? All of it? No, I wouldn't suggest that. Don't you even think about it, Ivor. Well, I've trained my body to accomplish feats such as this. With some effort, I imagine I could. I said no. You'll make yourself sick doing that. I'd stop the water. Stop the water? That sounds like a tall order. The skills I've honed in the Fist of Justice can surely help us solve this problem. Sorry. Fist of Justice. Aha! I have it. I'll just smash the fountain. That would cause the water to shoot upward, yes? Then, the water pooling below will drain away. Yes, a perfect solution. Go, Phalanx. Stop right there. You can't just destroy city property. Honestly, I can see why people complain about the Fist of Justice taking things so far. But you might be onto something, Ivor. Maybe we can stop the water from flowing somehow. Then I shall use my martial arts after all, and... DB, I have an idea. Find a Pokemon that knows Ice Beam and bring it back here. If we freeze the fountain's nozzles to stop the flow, the water that's filling the pool below ought to empty into the sewer. Then we can investigate. Do I have access to Ice Beam? I have Ice Beam? Ice Punch? I don't have Ice Beam. Do I have anyone with Ice Beam? You don't have Ice Beam. Anyone who's dead have Ice Beam? No? No, I don't got anybody with Ice Beam. Okay, I'm gonna locate where the Ice Beam TM is. I forgot how to do specifically Ice Beam. Wild Zone 12, the Battle Court in Aimless Park. After beating Main Mission 15, you can break the boulders there. Grab Ice Beam. Okay. Okay. I actually haven't been to Wild Zone 12, so I actually get an encounter there as well. I've been there when it was Aimless Park, and I got an encounter there. But Aimless Park is gone. Right? Maybe not. I am lying. Okay, well this is Wild Zone 12. Okay. Wild Zone 12 has a handful of possible counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 9. Okay, and then if we get a 4 or a 9, we're gonna roll. Okay. Alright, generating a number 1 through 11. We pull a 5. A 5 is a Vanillite. Or a Vanillite, rather. You're mine. Ah! Ah! Right. Ah! That's nighttime. Well, this will protect me from danger, because it will de-aggro everything. Giving me plenty of time to re-aggro everything. Right, and I'm gone. Ice Beam is acquired. I could temporarily give this to Soup in place of Ice Fang. Okay. I'm going to quickly pop back, but I also do need to name the Vanillite that we got. So, reminder, the names for this series are French food names. So, come up with a name based on that. I'm just marking down some basic info. That was not me typing, that was just me left and right arrow keys a bunch. I already put in the info I needed. I was just... I couldn't not. Alright. I mean, I have an obvious option. But let's see if I can, Okay. I have a couple options. There's one that's very obvious, and one that I prefer, but it is also very obvious. So I'm going to give a little bit of time here. If anyone has a suggestion for her name, speak now. If not, I shall go name her. Going once. Going twice. Sold to me. Vanille. Is that how it would be pronounced? Yeah, vanille. Vanille. Alright. Name locked in. Vanille. So that's our encounter for Wild Zone 12. I am putting the sewers in my like miscellaneous zone. That includes like Centrico Plaza, the city, and whatnot. Because we are going to be getting a sewer encounter. Ice Beam! Marvelously done, DB. Look, all the water is draining through the sewers. As long as the fountain stays frozen, we won't need to worry about getting flooded. Quick then, let's search the sewers. I shall go on ahead. Ivor certainly doesn't waste time once he knows where he's going, does he? We should head into DB. Alright. Ice Fang is back. I'm gonna pull up the sewers. Alright, I don't know what Lumio sewers is listed this year. Trade the sewers, trade Lumio sewers. What are you now? Oh, the sewers main access, the sewers canal access. Okay. They split it into two, which means if it's split into two now, I'm going to split it as well. Alright. It is literally the sewer's main access. Is the way it's listed here. Wow, that is quite the pool of mons. So this should be fun. Aha. So we have 6, 12, just shy of 18, 17. These sewers were built a very long time ago. There are wild Pokemon about, so be on guard. Sorry, be on your guard. Who knows how they get in here? Wild Pokemon, you say. But will Gwyn be safe down here then? That's why we're trying to find her. Understood! I'm on it! There he goes again. Come on. We should help him look for Gwyndeeby. Watch out for wild Pokemon. Alright. So, 17 possible encounters. None of these are scripted alphas in this list. So, I'll let the 17 be. No rerolls. I've rolled 10. Yes. Yes, let's go! Let's go! Oh, that's awesome. I rolled Inkay. One of my favorite mons. Okay, so I have to find an Inkay down here. I forget where the Inkay spawn. You're in kiss. Oh, I missed. Actually, I could... This does have an interactive map on here. Okay. Inkay spawns. So that's that there's 2 spawners for Inkay over here. Found one. Turn around, NK. Turn around. No, that's upside down. Turn around. Go the other way. Just walk away. Just walk away. Gotcha. And in a color-themed Pokeball. Nice. Okay. If anyone has a name for NK, please let me know. I am, in the meantime, going to make sure that this is properly marked. It's caught in the stream. Set the nickname screen up. And what I'm also going to do, because I forgot to do this with the last one, I'm going to go... Oh. Home. We need Luto. And I need the unsorted. NK and Malamar. Okay. I'm not seeing any name suggestions, so I'm gonna... Interesting. Interessant. Interesting. It's a plural. Yeah. It is a plural. Magnifique. All right. I was like, well, let's just name it like calamari, but French. The answer is a calamar with an S. It's plural. Calamar. Cool. There you are, DB. It looks like this lock is preventing us from going further in. Then let us power through with pure strength. Shall I smash through this barrier so we may proceed? No, destroying public property. DB, let's take a closer look and see if we can't figure this out. Which area do you want to check? Check the keyhole. It's shaped like a typical keyhole. Nothing out of the ordinary here. The hinges? Don't notice anything unusual. The lock boy? Some sort of metal alloy. Tiny gap. So there's no clever way to open this door then? I guess we'll just have to find the key. Where do you think the key could be, DB? Maybe a Pokemon has it? You might be right. There's not much to go on, is there? As it stands, we can't even make an educated guess. Well, that Pokemon had some keys. That was a clef key, right? Let's go after it. Clef! It seems possible that one of Klefki's keys could help us open up that lock back there. Then I shall go ahead and catch it. The Pokeballs I throw reach speeds of over 100 miles per hour. This does unfortunately mean there's a chance of Klefki being knocked out as it's caught. But that is just a risk we'll have to take. Stop right there! That's hardly different than punching the poor thing. We are not in ancient Hisui, you know. This also raises some concerns about how you managed to catch your own Pokemon, Ivor. Anyway, I think we can safely leave this matter to DB. Here, feel free to use these Ultra Balls. This is actually a static encounter, which is another class of duplicate that is allowable. So, the sewers, main access, clef key. I'm gonna put that in. Alright, now catch that clef key. Don't forget, we don't want to just knock it out. We want to catch that clef key. Alright. Let's bring in Puma. Gotcha. Nice catch. I feel I have witnessed the very essence of a masterful capture. That's a bit excessive, no? I mean, we all catch Pokemon like that, right? Anyway, let's see if Klefki can get that lock open for us. We're counting on you, Klefki. It doesn't seem to have the key for this lock. Huh? I really thought it was gonna do the trick to getting through here. How about this then, Madam Detective? If we are truly stuck, perhaps you might try out my plan. First off, thanks for calling me Madam Detective, but just Detective, or Emma works too. Now, what was your plan, Ivor? If there is no gimmick or mechanism to open this lock, then it must be opened by a key. But there is no guarantee that said key can even be found in these sewers. Since we cannot obtain the key we must let my honed fist become the key. Our path will be opened thanks to my power. Justice Punch! With that, our way is clear. Let's press on. So that's what he calls a plan? Personally, I'd call it brute force. In any case, we should hurry after him. Alright, if anybody has a nickname for Klefki, please feel free. Okay. Okay, I think I have what I want to name Klefki. Alright. I don't know if I can fit all of this, though. So we'll see what I can fit of this, and we'll go from there. Ani. B. Yeah, no, I cannot fit. I have 3 letters left. It's not even enough for half of the next word. So we're just going to say Ani. Right, that's just Ani. Ani. Alright. So the name comes from Anis de Flavigny, which is a specific sweet that was popular in France. I don't know if it still is. It probably is less popular now just because of the type of candy it is. It's not the type that tends to be popular in modern eras. I don't feel. But I don't know. Maybe it is still popular. Which is basically just these little anise seeds coated in candy. So candied anise, which I believe is also known as fennel. I think fennel is anise. I think anise is the flower, fennel is the seed. So, yeah, and I just felt like that when I saw that, I was like, that feels like a fitting name for, you know, jingly keys. All right, here we are. Okay. It might be. This is the area where eventually there's another entrance. There's like a ladder that gets placed here. And you can use that to go up and down in this little zone. And you can return to this place. Goodbye. Goodbye. Jump time. Scrolp, you're chill. Scrolp never tries to attack me. Did you see that? It was Chandelure, the luring Pokemon. It may be the very same Chandelure that Gwen has as her partner. Looks like a dead end. No doors or anything. And no signs of that Chandelure either. It's a ghost-type Pokemon, so it's not surprising that it can vanish at will. If it is indeed Gwen's partner, then maybe it vanished to wherever Gwen is. A keen observation given the situation. I'd say that's highly likely. Alright, let's search every last inch of this room. These boxes are just pale. These are just valves and pipes. This is just turned on. This is just some panels. We've checked all over this room, but there's no sign of any hidden contraptions. In that case, the only course of action... In that case, the only course of action is to act. Strength is power. Strength is power. Strength is justice. DurchBurch. That's odd. I've smashed countless walls in my life. This is the first time I've punched a wall and had my fist go straight through without breaking it. It felt like my hand went inside the wall itself. Could it be? The wall wasn't real in the first place. So someone or something conjured up that illusion of a wall to fool us. I see. Clearly, I must undergo even more diligent training if I wish to smash illusory walls. But for now, let us proceed. I am sure Gwen is waiting for us on the other side. Well, let's keep pushing ahead, DB. It's fun. I was just looking at the techniques they use there. The chill I felt when passing through it makes me think this could be the work of a ghost type. So you're saying that a ghost type Pokemon is attempting to deceive us? I think so, though we can't prove it yet. I need to be able to smash walls of any kind. That I can finally tear down the barriers that separate the people and Pokemon of Lumios. Yes, the wild zones will separate us no more, and everyone will be the happier for it. DB, look there. I do believe that Chandelure must be Gwen's partner. Wait, Chandelure, please help us find Gwen. Our partner Pokemon is freely roaming around. It doesn't seem particularly agitated. I suppose we can assume that even if someone is behind Gwen's disappearance, the culprit isn't monitoring the area or anything. Every step we take brings us closer to the truth. Let's hurry, DB. Item! Wow, I have access to Crunch now. I do want to use one of my few citrus berries just to top off soup. A little extra soup juice. Gwen! We have found our missing person. Where's the villain who trapped you down here? Let's think back over everything we've seen so far. Can you identify the culprit behind all this? There isn't one. That's right. In a way, there is no culprit because no crime has been committed. What are you saying, Madam Detective? Gwen was trapped here. We saw it with our own eyes. The supposed victim here is Gwen, however. She came here of her own volition. No. Gwen. Why? And to end.
Oh my god. It's not me.
That's the truth behind this whole case. The truth? If you really wish to hear it, then defeat me in battle. I am a Pokemon trainer too, after all. I wasted a citrus berry. Here, I'll heal up your Pokemon and leave the rest to you, DB. Are we doing this? Let's battle. I'm going to win, so you'll all leave me in peace. Strength is power. Strength is justice. So, I'm just gonna Mega now. Be ready for it. Organized. And Chandelure. Chandelure, Mega Evolve. Finish them. Bonky bonk. Your Pokemon shine with justice. My justice wasn't wrong. I simply lacked power. Well fought in any case, and well deduced, both of you. Do you know these two, Gwen? Of course, Emma is the greatest detective in all of Lumios, and DB is a member of Team MZ. She's also the reigning Canary Quizwiz. I see. And what did you mean when you said well deduced? Where to start? You break every smartphone you touch, Ivor. And once you start battling in the ZA Royale, you don't stop. Even when dawn comes, your excessive training will keep going on and on as you climb the ranks of the Royale. Meanwhile, I am the one who deals with all of the complaints about your behavior. It is an enormous burden. So I asked Chandelure and one of the Klefki to help me to hide down here. That way, you would be unable to participate in any promotion matches. But then you had to come and find me. I had no idea I was causing the Fist of Justice and my own sister so much trouble. Well, you were. So I would love to see you give my brother a good thrashing, DB. It's true then, DB is my opponent for my next promotion match. See for yourself. There it is, plain as day. Well, it seems I must prepare for our bout. I hope you will all excuse me. Honestly, I'm obligated to look into any case I take on, but perhaps I should have let this one go cold. Still, I'm surprised you knew of a hiding place like this. It's almost undetectable with all the barriers and tricks the Pokemon helped put out. I found this place when I was very young. It was here that I met Chandelure, though it was only a Litwick back then. The Ghost-type Pokemon let me come and go as I please, so I visit on occasion. I love the quiet down here. And the dark. Well, now that Ivor knows about this place, I suppose you'll need to find a new hiding spot. We should head back for now. This may be your favorite spot, but it's not exactly fit for long-term residents, let's say? Of course. Maybe I should train up a bit. A little extra muscle could come in handy during my investigations. Extra muscle, please, not another Ivor. I was joking. My expansion suit can help me out in a pinch, though I decided not to use it unless necessary. Oh, and Gwen, tell Ivor I'll be sending him a bill for my help, okay? Good luck with your promotion match, DB. When you're ready to face Ivor, come to the Justice Dojo. So, I am going to actually do the fight next stream. I will not be doing that today. I do have stuff going on today. So I am a little time limited. But I'm going to heal up real quick and wrap up today's stream. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good path. That was a great path. Yeah. Yeah, Mo. Alright. So we still got Soup in the lead. Oh wait, no, actually. Chatanya is the lead. Wow. Put them back. So let's flip the camera around, set up our 2 thumbs up, sad face, oh, and Look at... Oh. Cool. So that's going to be all for today's stream. Thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way is cool with me as long as you had some fun. That said, I'm going to go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. Happy New Year, everybody, and expect a recap and kind of planned stream in the near future here. And I will be back with more of this next weekend if all goes well. So, thanks so much. Goodbye. Gonna go end the stream now. I'm doing it. I'm ending it. Farewell.